big diseases are big business. More than 30 million Americans have diabetes. So while we're out here for the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, I got to take a closer look at one of the companies that helps manage the condition. Dexcom, the maker of a continuous glucose monitor that measures your blood sugar levels without the need to constantly prick your finger for a blood sample. Over the past 2 years, Dexcom stock has more than quadrupled on the strength of what I regard as the great innovation in the field. But this is kind of a, what are we going to call it, a what have you done for me lately market. And yesterday we got a confusing forecast. Company pre-announced strong revenue for the fourth quarter, shockingly strong. But they paired that result with what was widely viewed as a conservative full-year revenue forecast. And the stock got dinged a bit. Could be a buying opportunity. Let's check in with an old friend of the show, Kevin Sayer, the chairman, president, and CEO of Dexcom, to get a better read on these results and where the company's headed. Mr. Sayer, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. Good to be here.
Kevin, every year you come out to JP Morgan, you're a conservative guy. And every year you come out and you blow the numbers away, and then you do give a conservative forecast. All I'm asking is this pretty much business as usual for you?
This is business as usual for us. We lay out a forecast that contemplates, for example, pricing changes in the market. I talked yesterday about the fact that our foreign growth will be faster than our domestic growth this year, so that's a lower revenue per year, patient per channel. And also, Medicare is a little lower than our traditional commercial insurance. And as we move our product to the pharmacy, our revenue per patient per year is a little bit lower. So we've contemplated those things, competition. And if things go better, we'll tell everybody. But we know what we did to build these numbers. It's consistent with what we've done in the past.
Okay. Now, one of the things that people tell me is, hey, Jim, I know you love this thing, but everybody who can everyone who has it is taking it. I see not only the opposite for type 1 and type 2, but the global crisis would indicate that we're nowhere near penetration and saturation.
We're not close. With all the tools we have, diabetes complications still run rampant for people with diabetes. The percentage of people not affected with diabetes complications hasn't changed. It hasn't gotten any better. And
well, since 2 years ago when they kept the data, how many more people have gotten diabetes?
50 million more around the world.
How is that possible? How could there be such an epidemic?
Our diets, our nature, quite frankly, what's gone on with the way we live combined with genes and everything, it's just more and more frequent. And it's not that easy to identify anymore either, particularly in type 2. It used to be, well, type 2, that's somebody obese who doesn't exercise, whatever. It's not the case anymore.
Now, you do have a new iteration coming up, the 7, got the 6 in now, wildly positive. How small is this one going to be?
The 7 is a little bit smaller than a quarter circumference, a little bit thicker, but smaller. It will be a fully disposable platform, so a patient will wear it for their wear period, hopefully out to 14 or 15 days, throw it away and put another one on. We're doing what patients want. They want it simpler. They want it easier to use.
Now, you are consumer-oriented. Uniquely out here, I talked to a lot of companies. They're doctor-oriented. They're medical professional-oriented, but you're consumer-oriented.
We are, because it's our patients who wear that device every day, and it's our patients who depend on it for their life and with that information. We started as physician-oriented, actually, and we made a very conscious decision. We still work with the physicians and talk with them, but we made a very conscious decision about 4 years ago when we hired a new marketing team. Let's go consumer, not healthcare.
It's really working out.
It's been very helpful.
I tell people that you were on, and there are people who email me immediately because I've got to tell you this. Let me give you one. This is my friend Eric. He writes, he loves Dexcom. He says, it is literally seeing the motion picture of what your blood sugar is doing, allowing you to figure out what happens when I go for a run, eat pasta, etc.
It absolutely does. And even if you don't have diabetes, because you know I wear these things a bunch, Jim.
Right.
We watched the football game together in the suite last night, and I had a bowl of chocolate-covered pretzels next to me, so I had a few. And then I looked at my glucose readings this morning, and yeah, I'm sorry, no more chocolate-covered pretzels for me.
All right.
Because your blood sugar it's just so much higher.
Mean taskmaster.
Yeah, no, for me, as you work on being healthier, you learn things from a CGM, even without diabetes, with exercise. You learn what that does to your glucose for the day. It's really important.
Now, it's so important that we have to address the notion of the outage that happened after Thanksgiving, because I know that you were you addressed it head on. You did not bury it.
No.
You did not act like it happened. So tell us what the circumstances were and the outcome.
Certainly. We have a feature in our system where patients on our system on their phones can share data with other caregivers or other loved ones. That data comes from a server architecture that we put together. We moved those servers to a bigger platform earlier last year, and over Thanksgiving, we had some issues with the servers and they went down. And nobody's in the building in Thanksgiving. You know, it was the Saturday of Thanksgiving. We got our message out and we eventually got it fixed. There's some great learnings for us here. In fact, Jim, there are 3 of them I'd like to go over. The first one, as I said earlier, this was our fault. We could have been more diligent in what we did, and we won't let this happen again. You know, the second thing we learned is communication. When we have something like this, we're kind of perfectionists, so we want to fix everything.
Right.
Well, we couldn't fix this immediately. It took us some days. So while we communicated in 8 hours that they were down, we didn't have continuous messages and other things. We've taken measures to change that.
That won't happen again.
No, because we're going to put live messaging in our app. We're also going to put like a server status report on our webpage. So if anybody's experiencing a difficulty, they can go look at that. But the third thing we learned, how important is this? Because based on the reaction of everybody, people are calling reporters, they're calling all over everywhere to get out that our servers are down. And as I'm hearing from people and getting emails, I'm going, wow, we have a big responsibility here.
Well,
this
you addressed it immediately and you addressed it swiftly and sternly. Yeah. I think that's right. One last, I don't want to leave on that note.
No.
2 partnerships, Livongo, a company that we've recommended many times, Eli Lilly. These are meaningful partnerships for you. They are meaningful partnerships. On the Lilly front, we're going to have integrated devices with their smart pens, and they're working on an insulin pump as well. They love you. We really like working with them, too. Yeah. On the Livongo side, this is a data partnership whereby they'll get data to put into their coaching platform to offer better recommendations to their patients. You know, as we talked about intermittent glucose measurement, rather than 4 finger sticks a day, let's give you 288 points. Amazing. And Verily must like that, too, your partner from Google. Partner from Verily is going very well. I signed it yesterday. Their on Duo platform is beginning to get mature also. Well, look, you're straightforward, you're tough-minded, and you've delivered amazingly for your consumers as well as your shareholders, as I know the consumers are what you care about the most. It's Kevin Sayer, the Chairman, President, and CEO of Dexcom. We mentioned a tough issue, this Thanksgiving outage. I wish every executive would address it the way Kevin addressed it. Head on, honest, and forthright. Mad Money's back after the break.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.